Hi there, how are you doing? For those who are new here, I'm Daria. I feel like I've never introduced myself to you, and today I want to take you on a little trip around Porto to share some of my favorite architectural places. The best place to start is a museum of contemporary art designed by Alvaro Siza. So let's dive in. Actually, from the outside, the museum is very silent. It's a basically long horizontal building, pure white, stretched low across the park. What's interesting is that it doesn't compete with the trees, it doesn't rise above them, it doesn't dominate them. Instead, it lies quietly among them and feels like it has been always the part of the landscape. The walls are smooth and minimal, with just a few carefully placed openings. Every line, every proportion is deliberate, and it doesn't feel accidental. If we go inside, the light and nature take over. The windows cut through the white walls. You catch a glimpse of a tree, a shadow, a piece of sky. Those small views turn nature into something more than just a backdrop. It becomes a part of a museum itself. Trees and the garden paint their reflection across the white walls, which honestly is so beautiful, and the way it changes along the day, it's just incredible. 13 galleries, each with their own rhythm, open one into next. Sometimes the rooms are wide and full of light, sometimes they close in. What's interesting, it's not only about art inside, it's about how the building lets the outside world in, how sunlight, shadow, and leaves become part of the architecture. And here I think I will leave the rest of Siza's work for later. There's just too much to share at once. For now, I think let's move on something different, to other function of architecture and to the work of one of Siza's most brilliant students. And here let's start with his multi-family housings. From a distance, those buildings look almost modest, very simple volumes, clean lines, no unnecessary decorations. But when you actually stand close, you start to feel the precision, start to feel that every facade catches the light in a way that changes from the morning to the evening. Balconies and windows create little moments of shadow little frames from trees, sky and surrounding. What I like the most is how quietly they create comfort. When you actually look at the plants, their layouts are clear and honest. You have to separate kitchens, generous storage, living rooms that reach towards an unexpected view. And then there are his metro stations. I love how he takes something as utilitarian as public transport and turns it into calm, almost meditative spaces. And the way light slips in from above make the platforms feel so generous, cut across the ceiling, pulling daylight down into the underground. If I lived there, I would just be always late because I could just stand there and stare at the sunlight moving around this window. And then there is another station that stops you even before you go inside. At street level, it looks like nothing more than a quiet white box, standing right next to one of Porto's most beloved churches. Its facade alive with 16,000 of deep blue tiny tiles telling stories across the centuries. Standing side by side, these two buildings create a striking contrast in the function. The wild tile bog becomes a background, a quiet stage for the church voice to carry, while still feeling completely modern. The architect lets the city history sing, and his station simply holds the note, an invitation underground that doesn't steal attention, but deepens the experience of the street around it.